It's your pal Fernbark, and today we're going to take a look at the Ozark Trail 15-inch outdoor fire pit set, which I am eager to get fired up and going because it's about 40 degrees outside and a fire would feel good. So let's pop her open and see what we got. Alright, we got instructions, got our trim ring, got a grill, cover, ash pan, and our grill and stand, or our stove and stand. Assembly is pretty straightforward. We're just going to put the ash pan into the bottom of the ring right here. Then you take this piece, which is kind of your burn chamber, and that goes with these holes right here up on top, but it makes sense because it only goes in one way. This guy goes in right like this. Maybe you don't have to drop it. This piece just fits right on top right like that. Now we're just going to put it down the old fire pit here and get a little bit of an echo. So, if you can see it, there was a ring right here. That's the ring left over from my solo stove bonfire. Just to kind of give you a perspective, this isn't actually that much smaller. It's alright. Okay, here we go. I got a zip fire starter in here and some twigs and some other goodies. Should be rolling in a minute. The smokeless aspect of this takes a bit to actually achieve because the stove has to get hot enough to get into the secondary burn. So no matter which brand you're buying, solo stove or whatever, it's going to be a few minutes before you get into a smokeless stage. Now, it doesn't look like it's smoky right now, but it is actually a little smoky. Well, we got the stove rolling right now. You can see we got a little bit, really good secondary burn going. It is not very smoky, although it is a little bit smoky, but really very decent, and it's putting out great heat. It is now 3 months later, and this fire pit has been outside the entire time, but under a gazebo, so not in the direct weather. You can see the outside's holding up pretty good. On the inside, hopefully the light's catching it. I am getting some mild corrosion on the inside, which, although this is a stainless steel, it means stainless, not stain proof. So I'm getting a little bit of surface corrosion right here. And I'm getting a little bit of corrosion on the bottom of the basket. Hopefully the camera's picking it up. It's mainly starting to corrode around the holes. And this is going to be the first spot that it wears out because if you put hot fires in here, that's going to stress that metal out and it's going to just wear it out that much quicker. This is the inside. Yeah, get a little bit of rust in there. I'm going to say that after having this for 3 months and burning, I don't know, maybe 10 or 12 fires in here for several hours on end, I really like this thing. It's a good size for 1 or 2 people. If you start to get more than that, it's going to be maybe a little bit too small. The grate that comes with this is a really nice add-on. I usually just set it on top like that and put a pot of water, a pan on there. I haven't cooked any food on it. I just don't really want to drip food down inside of this thing. And also, it gets really hot, so it's super hard to control the temperature without destroying your food. And then the other thing, this is still a little bit warm right here. You can, if you want to, you can take that ring off, and then this piece will fit right inside there like that. One thing that I really do like about this is so easy to clean out. It's very lightweight, and so your ash pan is right down there, and it's really nothing to lift that out and get rid of it. Plus, this is so efficient, it doesn't leave much ash behind anyways. So it goes without saying, it should be pretty obvious that if you have a smaller diameter stove, you need a smaller piece of wood. So while this block would actually fit inside the stove, it's actually too big because it will fill almost the entire cavity. So you're going to have to process a lot more wood with this particular diameter or size of stove.
having said that, it works great. But if I put something like this in, it's going to pretty much snuff it out fairly quickly. Or it won't snuff it out, but it'll be a slow burn, and you'll have to work around this large piece of wood. I will show you. So this has been burning for a few hours. It's nice and hot inside. I got a pretty decent set of coals in here. And if I put this block in here, it is going to take up a big chunk of the real estate inside this stove. This will burn, but it's going to take a bit. And I'm going to have to add really small pieces of wood to keep it going, because it will just not sustain a full flame like you want out of a campfire. That same piece of wood in the Solo Stove bonfire, which I mean is another like 5 inches bigger in diameter, would be no problem whatsoever. It takes off and goes. So that's the kind of give and take with these things. See, it kind of snuffs out after a few minutes, but I'll be able to revive that. So I put a few small pieces in there, which is going to get her going again, but of course then you go right back into the smoke mode, which nobody wants, which is the whole point of buying a pit like this in the first place. So just put the right size pieces in and you'll have a nice, comfortable, smoke-free fire. Final thoughts on the Ozark Trails fire pit there. I'm going to say it's a really decent value at $100, especially considering the fact you get the case and the grill top with it. Super easy to clean. I like that a lot about it. It's a little thinner than my 7-year-old Solo Stove, so I'm going to guess you're probably going to get 3 to 5 years out of it, depending on how hot a fire you burn in there and how well you store it. Like if you leave it outside like I do and burn really hot fires in it, you're probably going to get 3. And if you really take care of it, probably a lot longer. Anyhow, if you got any questions, leave them down below, and I'll try to get back to you on them. Thanks for watching.